So I guess it's going. I hope it is. If it's not, then oh well. I got some talk out for myself right by this water, and the boat just went by. Now there's waves. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so let me see where I'm at. Alright, I'm good. I didn't want to place the camera to that direction. Yeah, I wanted to make another video just to kind of update a little bit. So today's kind of been like a notation day. In a way, I just been like very almost stimulated in a sense, and or just like very calm. Like I haven't felt this neutral in so long, because like, well, let me start off this way. I've been around on the internet a little bit. One of my friends on that I met on YouTube, he's on my my 7 numerology video, and he's a 7 too, and he was like, let's try to find some kind of social place to where we can, like, us 7s could post up like our experiences, and we could like discuss like the nature of 7 and stuff like that, and just the nature of us 7s can like interact with each other. And he found this app called Me Too. I think it's METOO. It's pretty cool. So I've been there, and I've been posting and writing a lot of things on there, because I mean, it's not just like ideas and topics and stuff like that, like the kind of stuff that I think about, but it's like everything. You could go to that app and just pretty much meet anybody for just about any kind of topic that you think about. And for me, I found a lot of my writing suitable for that place, so I wrote a lot there. And I just found somebody on there who I've been talking with, and it's a trip. Like, I almost felt like I was talking to myself in a sense. It was strange in some context. And through my practices of thought and my mottos that try to keep me at a neutral ground, and ways that I look at everything, the way that I express and the way that I take in, this lady I was talking to on there, like, we just started getting pretty deep into like how can I say, it's like when we write something, it's from our perspective and our point of view, and for some of us, the way that we portray it, like, we can use metaphors, and the way that we write it out, it makes sense to us. Like, when we look at things and we kind of start writing about it, it's like the writing part is like, it's like inspiration strikes and we write about it, and the writing part builds up to a clarity, and it's like you kind of feel this understanding of stimulus, and that's what we feel when we look back at what we write, because it reminds us of what we found. And from other people's point of view and perspectives, we don't we read it and we can't really decode it. It's almost like it's like a code, the way that we write, and to other people it's like a mystery. It's like another language almost, that only we can understand, metaphorically speaking, of course. Well, I mean, writing in English. But another point of that is, like, this is something that I kind of started picking up maybe a month or ago, towards, like, when we write things or other people write things, even if it's psychological, like, you're conscious about it or not, sometimes we can, like, we can just trigger that somebody, the way that somebody says something or the way that somebody writes something, we may try to like tend to take it, or at least I know sometimes it triggers with me, and I know it does with other people because I notice it in their reactions and their responses to what I write, is that when somebody says something and they're trying to make a point, people tend to get the impression, not everybody, but I mean, some people out there get the impression that this point that was made is something for them to adopt, or it's something for them to advise, or it's something for them to apply to themselves. And that kind of triggers a discomfort sometimes. And it's a pretty, I would say, I don't want to say that it's a good or bad, but it's a way that can lead to frustrations and arguments and things of that nature. Which is when I write things, it's just a notation for myself, but I put it out to the public. The way that I put it metaphorically is like, I'm a machine whose gears turn loud, and everybody can hear how I function. Now, just because I'm a machine that's operating doesn't mean you have to operate the same way. You just see me in motion. But it's like everybody else is a machine, and they hear the way that I function, and they try to function the same way, but we're all different machines, you know? So it could cause technical problems. But yeah, it's like, that's just like kind of like the thing that I've been going through, because I mean, I write a lot online and I see other people's posts and stuff like that, and it's like, I don't know, I'm skipping ahead and stuff. There's a lot of information that I got in my head, but it's just like the key thing that pointed out that I want to notate for sure that I thought was awesome is that when you look at a picture or just any kind of scenery in general, you observe it and it's inspirational. It's not something that you take in as a part of yourself, but it's something that you notate on your point of view. Now, I feel that people and their opinions and their perspectives should be the same thing. Like, if you see somebody writing and they make a point to themselves, or just any kind of notation that they write and this is their perspective, just look at that as a way of nature. This person is a nature, this person is a scenery, like where I'm at right now. And what they've written is a part of their scenery and their nature as well. And for me, what I like to do is I like when people express themselves, because they give you a scenery and a picture to look at. And just take their nature as you would this nature as inspiration. And just kind of take it for what it is the best way that I can put it for myself. And I guess I could look back at what I just said and it'll click in my head. I mean, I have it written out better, but like I say, like everything that I do is basically for myself and from myself. And I don't expect anybody else to adopt my ways or to take my ways as advice, because we all work differently. You know, and I kind of expect everybody else to do the same way, to express themselves and do things for themselves. That's how we can remain healthy. That's how we can remain at a neutral level. Because when we start taking in other people's, you could say, whatever it may be, successes or frustrations, it's irrelevant. And we kind of put ourselves in other people's shoes, and the most comfortable shoes are the ones that we wear, which are our own. Because I mean, when we walk in our shoes for so long, they mold to our form. And when we put on someone else's shoes, it feels kind of funky. So when you take on other people's vibes and you like kind of sympathize with other people's frustrations or even their highs and lows, successions, whatever it may be, we kind of step out of our own comfort zone, and that's where things kind of get twisted. So I mean, that's just for me, of course. This is my story. This is my channel. This is my my station, my content. I'm the writer. I'm the cast. But yeah, just always keep that in mind. That I should tell myself, because I don't try to give other people advice. Because I live by the best advice is your own, or experience is the best teacher, and your perspective is the only one that matters. Because we all experience, maybe we all kind of do the same thing, but we experience things differently, because we all kind of handle things differently, in our own signature. I do have another thing. Yeah, I'll just make that point now. I don't want to make this video too long, but it's just another piece that I came up with, and it's like, when we take like in the scenery and we kind of get our own perspective for things, and then we write out how we feel about it, and other people can't really understand it. I find it interesting to see other people's nature, and like kind of appreciate it as their nature, and kind of like just be inspired, and like basically I say stay in my shoes but keep distance, to remain in my own relevant zone and be able to view the world from around. It's like, it's cool when like two people, like the way that two people can connect, and like when you try to read someone else's work and you don't understand it, is when you and another person write the same thing, not at the same time but work together. That's like the best part, to where two people can stand in their own place, look at the same thing, and feel the same way about it. And coming from astrological terms, that's kind of like synastry to me. On a more, you could say, universal, unbiased topic. I don't know, just the nature of it. It's pretty cool. That's another point I wanted to make, just to put it on the date that these are the ideas that I got, and these are ideas that I'm expressing now, even though some of them are a month old. It's just something that I can look back on and say like, oh shit, chapter 24, this was written then. And this is what it's about. Like I say, every year is another chapter for me, and I'm writing a new story every year, a new chapter every year. And I kind of want to fill up the pages with as much content and recordings as possible. Even though it's all written in my head, but it's always good to get it out for reference. It helps in many different levels. So I guess till later. Peace. Hey, what do you know? Another boat just came by. You wave in and you wave out. Sweet. Oh no.